gotta really like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he just be talking off the side of his neck. But you know, he went up there breathing like a damn dragon. Uh, I just said this nigga here get on my nerves. He's smart. I give Umar that. Umar is smart as hell. He just stupid sometimes, and he contradicts himself. Because how dare you sit up here and talk to this man about his decision? And the way you came up there hooping and holler, I would have told you to get the hell up off my radio show with all that. I swear to God, I would have like, nigga, who is you talking to? But this is what he said.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I keep this on.
So personally disappointed in Deion is I thought he was there for a movement, not for money. Meaning, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State, I foresaw a situation where Deion would hire other coaches, other retired black NFL greats to coach other HBCUs. In doing so, you attract our top tier high school athletes to come to HBCU.
Maybe.
Stay with me.
Eddie George is at Tennessee State.
Stay with me. Football and back. You know, like I know, if you got top tier NFL greats coaching HBCUs, the athletes are coming just like they was coming for Deion. He showed you, Charlamagne.
Deion, though.
He showed
Dr.
you.
Umar.
And his other one's just as
one
great.
Of the most famous people ever.
And his other one's just as great. So listen.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
That's one person. We talking about a system, not an individual. So Deion and these other coaches bring all these athletes from high school to play football, basketball, so forth. The revenue of the HBCU goes up, Envy. As a result of the revenue going up, Charlamagne, the schools got more money. They don't have to subject themselves to closure. They don't have to subject themselves to being dependent on white money. You got HBCUs at risk of being closed. I read something that said almost a half of them, a half may not survive the decade. So this was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU.
It's bigger than Deion,
especially
though, Dr. Umar.
No,
yes,
no,
it is. I think
no. Stop trying
you're blaming an individual.
Stop trying to give celebrities a pass, Charlamagne.
No, you're blaming an individual instead of talking about the issue.
I'm blaming black men for not being men.
But you know what?
I'm blaming us for not being men. That was an unmanly move.
Can you admit one thing?
Deion could have went down in history, brother.
Are HBCUs chronically underfunded?
Of course.
Were they chronically underfunded before Deion?
Yes.
Yes.
Will they be chronically underfunded after Deion?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What are those reasons that they're chronically underfunded?
We don't
because we as black men have not come together to create the funding source to make sure they survive. I don't want to hear about the government. We have too many wealthy blacks. Y'all interview them every day.
I'm with you. So you got low alumni donors.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Low endowments.
Correct.
That's a us problem.
He part of us. Why you keep exempting celebrities? They're not better than us.
He's one person.
Okay, but the point is that one man could have been a catalyst for a movement that would have revolutionized the survival of HBCUs.
But why does the movement stop just because he left? HBCUs gonna still be here.
You're missing the point.
No,
the abolition wasn't just about Frederick Douglass. But if Frederick Douglass would have heard it, the Underground Railroad wasn't just about Harriet, but if she would have pulled out, it would have failed.
So what was the
civil rights movement wasn't just about King.
Before Deion 3 years ago, what was
they were struggling, and he could have helped save it. And for him to pull out of Jackson State the way that he did it before making sure the HBCU system survived, to me was selfish. He chose money over the movement, Charlamagne, and celebrities do it all the time, and y'all want to give him a pass. Nobody get no pass. I don't care who Deion Sanders is. He had a chance to help, and he hurt, and y'all want to condone that because you black celebrities are not committed to the best interests of black people.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Let me pause right there. But you see, this is what I be talking about when I be saying, yes, breathing like a goddamn dragon. First of all, breathe real quick, Umar, because you about to blow that goddamn microphone away. But that part right there, I said, is contradictory as hell. Just right, because I paused it right there. But how the hell you gonna say, oh, he gonna start the rep? I mean, this motherfucker was acting like he was finna like cast the whole dragon, just save the whole black race, uplift him like he was God or something real quick. But hold on, what about the damn school, Umar? You talking about him saving a HBCU that already exists. What about the one that you took money from black people and we still ain't motherfucking seen that little black boy going to the school yet? Why? Because it ain't open. The state gonna get it for free. So all the money that the black people have donated to your so-called school for the black boys to help educate them is going to waste. So you are calling the kettle black, Umar, and you need to shut the hell up. That's how I feel about it. That's hypocritical. You talking about this man making a personal choice where you was sitting up here going on a damn campaign asking people for their grit money for your damn school, and you still sitting over there doing it too, up there on your damn Instagram like he ain't slick. You down there talking about sending him your grit money for a school that ain't never gonna fucking open. Why? Because Umar ain't studying opening, and I really think he took that money and did something else where he bought the school. We know the school exists, but it ain't running. Right now, it's just a building sitting there. So what is it? Genocide, because it's sitting there. Ain't nothing happening with it. And guess what's going to happen when he don't pay them taxes? White folks going to come get that building. Guess what they going to do? Probably turn it into a school. And so black people have, you donated your money to fund a possible white school being built down the line. This is why I say, yeah, it can sound good on paper, but the action didn't align with it. You went and got the building. When he was sitting up there, they're like, okay, what's going on in the school? What'd he say? Oh, I just got to get somebody from HVAC. Why you ain't paid them folks? It's so many people with HVAC trades that could have came in there, got that school up to par, up to code. You could have been had it open. It could have been running, could have been getting grants from the government to allow it to continue running, whatever you needed to do, and you ain't did it. And you sitting up here talking about this man like he's an uppity Negro. Well, you're the uppity Negro too, because you stole black folks' money and ain't do nothing with it. So that's how I feel on that note. That's why I said that was hypocritical. You just want to get up there, ranting and raving. 1 minute you uplifting black folks and we're oppressed, all this and that, and then you get on there and then you double back and then you just call them a Negro all over again. You got to make it on which one you want.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can't be complaining about something you ain't doing yourself.
He ain't do it.
You know, and you had the opportunity, you had your platform from where you at. But I do agree with him when he spoke upon not just Deion, but all of the ones that are billionaires, the blacks with the money. And it's clear. I mean, we're not going to help do that. It's not going to be a help of building these things. You would want them to do it. You would expect them to do it, but it's not going to happen. And sometimes a lot of things does start with, just like you said, with even Charlamagne was saying, with the alumni and all that. It starts there. The people that come from there or whatever, that they will start putting, money back towards it instead of just enjoying the atmosphere, coming out during homecoming, coming out through all these other events. It started with them, then it works its way up. But, it was some valid points thrown around. And I do agree with you.
Bringing up Sojourner Truth was a stretch.
if you're not going to do
it was a stretch.
If he was demonstrating, he'd be on point because he's like
demonstrating what? He brought up Sojourner Truth.
I'm saying if he was demonstrating with his school and did everything, whatever happened, I don't know.
But he on the Breakfast
But I'm saying
Club,
if he was a main source and an effective person, actually demonstrating these things that he speak of,
it would make a difference if you're doing it.
It'll be a bold statement. It will, it will shock.
But he been saying that if you watch his interviews with Dr. Umar, what I can't say about it, if you watch many of his interviews, which I have, because like I said, I used to really like Dr. Umar till I started to see like, nigga, you was just talking in circles. You're very smart and you wasting your intelligence doing absolutely nothing but going from pillar to post, talking about black folks and what they need to do, but you're doing it on white platforms. When you just had bought a school, you could have been saying anything you wanted to in your own shit. How many times have we sat up here and talked about ownership along with other people? I myself keep saying it, ownership, because again, Breakfast Club, yes, it may be where the culture is. Well, once upon a time, in my opinion, that's where the culture was. That's where everybody went when they was doing something. They went over there. But now, but again, it's still on white people radio. You still got to watch what you say at the Breakfast Club. They had to tone them down. It used to be wild on the Breakfast Club, and they had to come in and knock on that door and say, oh boy, you must forgot who you work for. So what I'm saying about that, though, is, and what Charlamagne was saying, you're putting it all on one person. What about the rest of the black people in the community? And we can sit up here and say we don't have the funds to be able to do that. That's a goddamn lie. We should prove it every time a holiday comes around. Niggas got money. They just pick and choose on where and how they want to spend it. If you want Jackson State to flourish, to be a school where people want to fly out of state and say, when I get older, when I graduate, I want to go to Mississippi so I can go to Jackson State University. Well, you got to build it up. The people
And
in the community.
and it's more than just Jackson State. I mean, you got several schools. You got Alcorn. You got all these.
But I'm saying it's particularly
State,
Jackson
Mississippi
State
Valley.
because that's
So-
where he came from and shined the light on, and that was the topic of discussion.
No, I'm just saying,
Jackson
like,
State. So
right.
build it up, put the
That's what I'm
money
saying.
into it.
That's what I'm saying. Like he had all of these. It ain't just him. I'm talking about like we can speak just for Jackson State, but you have a plethora of HBCUs all around the country. So, they all, from my view of it, they all are underfunded and they should be funded. But again, we reaching for something that never.
You can't fund something that majority of the people really don't give a damn about.
When
the people
really
that have been in Jackson their whole life, they go to Jackson State. Some people graduated from Jackson State. Do they give back to the school? And if they do, what are you really giving back? Anybody can go to the game. It's going to take more than you show up at the college game. You got to literally put into the school, because a lot of those people, they going in there and getting in debt to go to that school for 4 years, 3 to 4 years, and then coming out and making average median salaries. And that's showing in the statistics. You go in there 10 years after graduation, you making a median paid salary in the state of Mississippi. It's going to take the state to change that. And they're going to have to get some development going on here too, because there's no reason why Mississippi, first of all, it's a damn Republican state. This state is not broke. They play broke because, like I said, everybody's a goddamn thief in the damn night. It's always some shit coming up missing and can't nobody ever account for it. It just don't make no damn sense. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And it's not only that, but you got to look at the crime too. Investors don't want to come in to a place where they're like, well, damn, the crime is kind of bad. We ain't finna fuck with Miss Jackson, but let's go over here. They done showed us time and time again, we will build around your ass. We don't need to come through you. We can go around you, and then we'll stop people from wanting to come in there. But it's going to take the Black people in the community. You want something for Black people, you're going to have to do it. And this whole thing is we ain't got the money. It's a doggone lie. Y'all find the money to go buy flat screen TVs on Black Friday. Let's not even get to how much they spent on Black Friday. Just the niggas by themselves. Y'all run and go do this, go do that. But when they say, oh, well, what about the kids? What about the kids? You've been seeing these kids run up and down the street every day doing absolutely nothing.